Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Doing okay. Afraid to touch anything. Got some technical challenges going on. I don't want to break it. You break it, you bought it.
Yeah.
So
That's it. That's it. Friends, good morning. What a morning so far. I mean, can we go straight to cryptocurrencies? This is wild. I mean, I'm looking at MSTR. Hold on, the charts got screwed up here for some reason. We're gonna just close these again. I don't know what happened. We'll close these up. We'll open them again. But I'm looking at MSTR, man. It is just on fire. It is cryptocurrencies mania here. You name it, they're on the green side of things. If we take a quick look at our scanners, Peter, I mean, it is just wild. But I'm most impressed with MSTR right now. I mean, this stock at the beginning of the month, we're talking a little bit before the show, at 235. Today's hanging out at 263 and going higher. I know it's a favorite amongst the community. A lot of traders do like this one. I personally, I find it too risky for my taste, but man, it is just on fire. So looking forward to today. Already we have what seems to be a very exciting morning ahead of us, at least on cryptocurrency stuff. So, Peter, before we get to any more stuff on the gappers list, let's go to our U.S. economic calendar, what we have for today.
Yeah, not much. I for the first time ever, I put the crude oil inventories there on the calendar just because I had nothing else to talk about. We don't normally look at crude oil inventories. If you follow crude prices, which some people trade oil futures, then you care a lot. Otherwise, you don't care. So there you go. It's there if you care. We do have 3 Fed speakers today. As you can see, Cook, Bowman, Collins all speaking today at various times. What's interesting is they all happen to be women. So that's I'm not sure why all the women Fed leaders are speaking today, but it's cool. So I love it. But that's it. It's pretty quiet on the economic calendar today. If you look at the earnings, we do have some earnings to look forward to. Again, a couple this morning, not all that great, but NVIDIA, all eyes are on NVIDIA, of course. I remember last 2 times NVIDIA had earnings. I mean, it was a huge market event. It feels like the expectations are a little tamer this time around, but I mean, still, it's something to look forward to after the close today. So that's what's coming up tonight. And like Carlos mentioned, aside from earnings, yeah, we've got crypto on the move and a couple other things going in interesting directions. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we just lost your sound. Where'd Carlos go?
Every time I open up the chat, no, I'm here. Every time I open up the chat room, it automatically mutes the mic for safety. So I'm in the chat now. Good morning to our members over in chat room. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Andre, Houdin, Spot Trader. Welcome to you, Send Trader, everyone. Good morning. All right, let's get to it. Let's see what we have going on here. BTCT is going to be the name of the game today. BTCT this morning up 25%, 1.8 million shares traded. This is hard to borrow, but obviously in play with all the cryptocurrency stuff. So this is what we'll do here. I'm going to look at a few of my favorites. It's going to be, of course, we have to look at MSTR. How can we not? I am going to put that, though, on a risky pile. It is in play. It's not a low flow. Oh, actually, is it a low flow? I think it is, actually. Maybe not. Let me see. Let me check. What's the float?
BTCT is definitely a low float.
Yeah, BTCT is, and it's hard to borrow as well. So I'm not going to look at that one. There's better things to play this morning. But MSTR is not a low float. But again, treat it like one because this thing is moving quite a bit. So yeah, I'm not going to look at BTCT. And again, there's much better things to look at. So just talking about cryptocurrencies alone, I'm going to look at MSTR. I'm going to put it here on a risky pile, but it will be on my screens when I'm trading today. I'm going to look at Mara and of course my good buddy Coin. Those two are going to be on my main list today because it is crypto day today, as you can see here. So I love the way Coin looks. My favorite today for sure with MSTR. Look at the daily here, looks really nice for a possible breakout, right? Hasn't ran much either. So if we are going to be strong today in the crypto world, this can have some potential to actually get going. MSTR has ran up so much that you got to be careful at the market open. There could be some heavy, aggressive pullbacks on this thing. So again, just be very mindful. And if you are going to trade, since we're talking about it now, you don't got to take a boatload of shares. You can literally take 100 shares here and make some pretty good coins. So, just be mindful of your shares. I always think how much you can lose, not only how much you can make. That's very, very important. And then, Peter, the rest of the list is all crypto. So talk to us about crypto and what's going on here this morning. Obviously, that's what's hot today.
Yeah, there are some bits of news. BTCT, for example, I got to get that right, did have a new agreement signed. But all crypto is really moving because Bitcoin is up over 95,000, or at least it was earlier this morning. So it just came down off of that high, hit a high of $95,070 just a few minutes ago. So, like we said, Bitcoin now is moving during the market day. I find it unusual, but here we are. Overnight Bitcoin didn't actually move all that far, but we're at the top end of this range that it was hanging out in, and we mentioned it yesterday, right? If we can get up here, this is where the action is. So, how long have been people saying Bitcoin at 100,000? We're edging ever closer. So all of the crypto stocks are taking advantage, especially MSTR that owns has their big inventory, of course, right? They've been accumulating Bitcoin over the last little while. So, MSTR. We were watching this into the close yesterday, and I mean, it was just running and gunning, baby. Like it was moving. A little bit of a pullback into the close, as you can see, because that high was hit. I don't know. The MSTR's high was hit maybe 20 minutes before the close, something like that. But yeah, other than that, it was just it was pretty impressive. So I expect it to be another good day on it. But like Carlos said, just be careful with this. This has big movement, big range, which means you've got to manage your size appropriately. Treat it like a low float because this can move heavily. I mean, just look at the price range it's been getting over the last few days. I mean, yesterday's price range alone, for example, was how much did it move over the course of the day from high to low? Yeah, $32. So the day before that, it was $48. So you gotta be careful. So.
Yeah, you sure do have to be careful. Again, MSTR on my risky pile here this morning. It is in play. Just how trade was going to be already. In the last 5 minutes has dropped about $3.50, maybe $4 right now. So just be very careful.
Now,
all right, let's try
what's
to. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, what's perhaps more important on this is that it seems to me I joined a little late back into the room sometime mid-afternoon, but it seems to me that John and Jared had some sort of deal where because MSTR is in a super cycle, Jared's getting a big back tattoo. I'm not sure now
Very
if I'm
nice.
spreading rumor or not, but I thought Jared agreed to that. He was just deciding when. So, Jared, you booked it? You're gonna use Andrew's guy to get your big tat done. I mean, I've got my AMD tramp stamp, so you might as well get your super cycle tattoo going on. That's what we heard. So I notice he's gone
I
silent
can't.
suddenly. Yeah, interesting. All right.
I see that. I see
Oh, he'll
that.
get. He
We'll
says he'll get it if we hit 1,000. Is there any time frame on that? Or are you just saying any time? Because that could be dangerous. All right, we'll hold him to it. He's got no time frame. Any time that MSTR hits 1,000, giant back tattoo that says "Super Cycle" on it. I love it. All right, we'll hold him to it.
Awesome. All right, friends, I'm going to try to dig through this list and see what is not Bitcoin related here. ZIM, I don't recall. Sim integrated shipping, I don't recall if they're involved with crypto. Seems like everything has some kind of piece on it. I'm not sure if this is, Peter. Do you
I
recall?
don't think so. I don't think so.
I
Not
don't
that I'm
think it is,
aware of. I
right?
don't
I
think they
mean,
have any. Yeah,
yeah.
they had
Either
earnings.
way, they're
That's
not
why
a
they're
great
here.
trader. Okay.
No.
Okay.
They announced their third quarter earnings, and they raised their guidance for the third quarter was pretty good. They raised their guidance for the fourth quarter of the year to close it out. So that's why they're popping up this morning.
Okay, there you go. Again, I don't like them. They normally do not trade very well. Today's their day, though, up 10%, 1.4 million shares traded. I got to say, though, the action does look interesting this morning. They could, they could, it could be their day today. I think I'm going to put them on a secondary. I'm looking at their daily here. We're breaking out for some areas where we had a lot of resistance. If you see their daily, they normally trade horrible, very, very low volume. But today they're doing their thing. So can they shock us this morning? ZIM will go on my secondary. I like everything besides the history that I've seen on this stock. But let's see if today they can pull away from how they normally trade, right? So we'll put in a secondary. But again, the hopes are not so high. Taking a look at Leonardo is asking, how many likes do we need to reach to be able to see Peter's AMD tramp stamp? Man, it's a tramp stamp. We don't need the bar says so low on this thing. If we have 2 likes already, we can show you. We can put it out there. So don't worry. But either way, if you haven't hit the like, do that. We really appreciate it. It does help the channel a ton. So thank you so much. All right. So MSTR, Bitcoin stuff here. EVGO is up 6.2, 293,000 shares traded. I normally do not like the stock. I think the price action is horrible. The volume is even worse. So I normally stay away from it, Peter. Anything interesting that we want to share here, or is this just move on to the next one?
Yeah, EVGO isn't normally that interesting, unfortunately. They did announce a new partnership to install 480 new fast charging stations at Meyer locations in the Midwest. I didn't know Myers was still a thing. Anyways, maybe because Carlos, you would know. Every time I drive through the Northeast, it seems like the Myers locations are closed. Apparently, they're still big in the Midwest. I'm not sure, but
I don't. If I have some in Jersey, it's got to be down south. I don't have any nearby, or at least not many that I'm running into them. But Midwest, and I think in the South, I've seen plenty of them. So, but not in my area.
okay.
So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
anyways, Myers is they already have charging stations at a bunch of their locations, but apparently they've got a deal with EVGO to put some more in. So that's good for them and why they're moving this morning.
Yeah, the ones are popping up everywhere, even in the local hotel here, the Marriott that we have in Glen Point, which is a big Marriott, by the way. It's Tesla's all over the place, man. They're just putting in like I
Yeah.
think 15 or more charging stations there. So they're ramping it up for sure.
Well,
All right, so as
what's
EVGO,
interesting.
yeah,
It is interesting how this is subtly, well, not subtly, but it is slowly changing the landscape, right? As we move towards electric vehicles, we're getting away from a place to go and charge or fuel up your vehicle, and notice they're being put into retail locations. So there's a time coming where we won't have gas stations anymore, and it'll just be they're trying to entice you to go shopping. So pick your favorite shopping spot, and that's where you have to go charge unless you do it at home, I guess. It's interesting to see how they're jumping on very quickly, especially the large stores, right, where they hope to keep you in there for the length of however long it takes for you to charge your car. So,
yeah, yeah.
like my grocery store locally here has gone with stations. Probably not uncommon, but that makes sense, right? Charge your car. It takes you an
Yeah.
hour to get groceries, an hour to charge the car. It's probably makes sense, and at least
How
currently
how
with the
much can
current
you charge
technology.
for an hour though? Is an hour in a Tesla? I know if you have a supercharge at home, it's pretty quick, I think like 45 minutes. But are the local ones supercharge stations? I would assume they would be. I
I
don't
would
see why they
imagine
wouldn't
they
be.
are. I haven't looked that close, to
Okay,
be
okay.
honest, but yeah, I would imagine they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
But I mean, you're not going to run out and move your car after 15 minutes if it's done. You're just going to leave it there for however long it takes you to get groceries, I would think. But
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. All right, let's move on down here, friends, to this list. Again, more Bitcoin stuff. MSTR Rum doesn't look that hot. Well, this is Rumble. We've seen it trade before. And again, the lack of volume, the lack of volatility is not fun on this one. Look at the daily too. It's very, very a spotty here and lower price. So I'm not a fan of it. Even if it's in play today, it's not something I will be looking at. Heading down the list, we have Hood, we have Mara. We talked about this already. Again, pick your favorite when it comes to Bitcoin. They're all here this morning. We have ZATA. This is the one that just fell out of the skies a few days ago, from 36 all the way down to 18. It's starting to recover a little bit here, but a couple of these days it have not been great on the recovery. So not a big fan of this one. I'm probably going to keep it off my list as well. But again, just kind of making its way back here after really 3 days. It was 3 days where it just took this massive drop, and it's trying to regain some of those losses back. So, all right, let's stop here because the gap up list is basically cryptocurrencies. Peter, do you have anything else here that's not crypto that is in play this morning that you'll be watching or at least interested in?
Well, just on Zeta, however you say that you were just mentioning, not a great trading stock like you mentioned. Surprised to see it moving as much as it is this morning. The big news was insider buying over the last couple of days. We've had yesterday specifically. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different insider, both directors and then executive management, buy a significant number of shares. So in aggregate, this group bought over 6 million shares, and they're all sort of making the statement, of course, that they're betting big on the future of the company as soon as you buy in that way. So it's seems to be something going on there anyways, or at least they're trying to portray something going on, and maybe the stock will move more, or maybe this is just the tail end of that buying and it's all over, but might be interesting to watch. I'm not sure. I haven't ever watched it before. Look at the big drop that it had made a couple of days ago. If you look at Zeta, I still don't know how to say that on the daily. So at the very least, it's got room to recover back up to 30. So anyways, other than that, what else are we watching? Well, like we were showing there earlier, if you look at the earnings this morning, we had a couple that were interesting that I wanted to just mention. That I was looking at. Target is on the list. I still have a fond place in my heart for Target. When it was great trading for like a month, just one. But what trading it was. There was a point in time when it just was like magnificent. Unfortunately, those days are a lot behind us. But look this morning at the big drop on Target. They missed their numbers. Revenue came in about 300 million below expectations. Now, keep in mind that their expectations were 25.97 billion, and they came in at 25.67 billion. So it's only like a 1% miss, but that was the number. And then they undershot their earnings quite a bit, 20% almost under their earnings, as they only delivered $1.85 per share. So Target not doing so good this morning. I don't know. I'd like to think this is going to move. I mean, look at the volume this morning. We're over 4 million shares traded. So like it feels like it could move. This is a pretty significant miss on the bottom line earnings. They have not reforecasted that I've seen for the next quarter. So I think I'm going to put on my list just to see if it does anything at the opening bell. Other than that, on earnings, they aren't alone. We also had Neo that had earnings. Again, Neo is one of those also rans that used to be a lot of fun. Even pre-market, Neo looks horrible. They missed their numbers, top and bottom line. So anyways, that's probably not much more to say there. TJ Maxx, TJX is the ticker there. They had earnings. They actually had a good picture. I'm wondering if there's a little sympathy going on with TJ Maxx because they beat their numbers, top and bottom line, quite significantly. They did pretty good in terms of up 6% on revenue, up 4.5% compared to expectations. So some good numbers out of TJ Maxx, but Target is the bigger animal in that zoo. So it could be that they're just getting sucked down because Target had such bad earnings. Other than that, I think those were the earnings I wanted to mention to all of you to watch. There's a bunch of others, but nothing of interest, at least to me. That's what I had, Carlos.
Yeah, there you go. So there we go on earnings. Let's take a look at our gap down this morning. A couple on here. Actually, we kind of covered gap down. It's basically earnings. TJT is on here, and also TJX. And I'm with you on Target. I think normally we keep this stock off the list, but today it's on here, man. This is a big drop. So I'm hoping that we can get some good action out of this. Sometimes we might get an overreaction. I mean, this is down 16.2. So I think. We'll see something out of it today. What to expect, I am not sure. They're normally, even with news, very choppy stock to trade. But I like them today. They'll be on the main list. And then we spoke about TJT, which is also on here. This one I do not like at all. I mean, it's just a bad intraday trading stock. Two more that we haven't discussed in our gap down is SMCI, which is down 3.6 this morning. Had a nice little run over the last 3 trading days, right? So Monday, Tuesday, actually no, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. You can see here a beautiful pop into $28 from 18, so $10 move in the last couple of days, and kind of taking a little break. Looks like here today, at least for now in the pre-market. I think it's worth watching. This has given us some really good trading opportunities, so I am a fan of this one. I'm going to put on a secondary, though, because we'll have to wait for the market open to see how this looks. And I like the way my list is going right now. And I also want to leave space for NVIDIA, which is not on the list, but I know people are going to bring this up as well. You know, they have earnings tonight, and that's going to be, we were talking about this yesterday, Peter, right? We forget that NVIDIA's earnings are so late in the earnings season. You know, like a lot of the tech companies have already done their thing, but they're hanging out here by themselves. So that'll be fun. Yesterday I had a really nice day, 141 to 146. And they're just hanging out just below their all-time highs here. So I do want to watch them going into earnings tonight. Obviously, tonight they'll be in play. Tomorrow morning they'll be in play. But a stock like this, I think, is worth keeping an eye on. Um, the last one on here is AU, and this is just straight garbage. So we'll roll a truck for this one. This is just hot garbage, friends. It doesn't trade very well, at least for intraday trading. So I'll keep it off my list. Peter, anything to add? I know you kind of went over some of the gap down stuff already. Anything to add on here that maybe we haven't gone through yet?
Well, nothing that we haven't already talked about. SMCI that you mentioned, I think it's sort of still an interesting play. Yesterday, it gapped up on the news that BDO was taking over as their auditors. Of course, they still haven't got approval to extend the date for submitting their numbers. And if they don't do that, they could face delisting. Now, that there is a potential for them to get extended to 180 days. The normal length of time you've got is 60 days before you get automatically delisted. And there may be a punitive the suggestion yesterday was that they may get a punitive just 15-day hold on stock trading, just to give them a slap on the wrist, even if they are able to deliver, rather than just let them, give them the extension right off the bat. So there is that threat for SMCI. I think we may see it slide. Of course, we're waiting to hear exactly how long it's going to take to get the numbers and whether the market, whether they'll get approved for an extension of submission or they'll get that hiatus. So one way or the other, I still think it's in play. I mean, we're seeing almost 4 million shares traded this morning. It's probably worth watching. But we got some interesting ones, don't we? Between that and MSTR and, of course, NVIDIA, might be quiet on NVIDIA as we head into earnings, but I still think it's going to be in play. And then, of course, there's Zeta that I mentioned, that with all that insider buying, I just want to see if it continues. So some new tickers, some little different ones that I don't normally watch. We'll see what happens today.
Yeah, I agree. And Zeta, yes, I forgot to add this one. I'll put it on my secondary list as well. Could be interesting as we move in here. All right, friends, that covers our gap up list. I mean, it's a lot on here, but it's all, just kind of backed into one corner, which is cryptocurrency, leading the entire gappers list this morning. On most of it's all cryptocurrencies related, given how the market is moving. Let's take it to you guys. What do you guys like this morning? Looking here at our list, SMCI, we did look at, so that's going to be on my secondary list. I might end up moving that one up depending how things go, but let's see what else is out there. Dr. Teddy is giving us WSM. I love the move. Love the move up 25%. But this, this stock is it doesn't get it done for me. It just doesn't get it done for me.
I did mention WSM.
It's brutal.
Yeah, they are on the earnings list, but because they don't typically move nor get volume, I didn't think to mention it. But yes, they did have earnings this morning. I've tried to watch it once or twice. It's never really done anything interesting. So my opinion is you probably got better targets. That being said, I mean, they did have a strong earnings picture and they raised their guidance for the balance of the year. So maybe today's its day, but I wouldn't don't bet too heavy on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It is such a tough intraday trading stock. So I'm gonna keep it off my list. It is in play today, of course, but I don't think it's gonna be meeting any of my criteria for what I'm looking for on the 5 minute or I'll be there. But beautiful pop this morning. VRT, let's take a look. VRT, I thought we saw this a few days ago, or maybe not. No, this is not it. Big pop yesterday, 25 to 140. Today, there's just nothing going on. Like there's pre-market action is completely dead. Now this stock gets lighter volume, and I bet it's one of these stocks that gets no pre-market activity. Yeah, like even yesterday, no pre-market activity. You really got to wait for the market open, right? The market open yesterday, you can see it had a very, very nice move. I know this looks really nice now, but if you ever seen a stock trade 165,000 shares in a 5 minute stretch, to take a breakout on this is brutal. Like there's no way to read the price action. I'm going to assume also the spread is brutal. So if you never watch a stock like this, yes, after the fact, oh, this looks beautiful, but the price action is not, it's not easily readable for the strategy that I'm looking for. I'm looking for an explosive strategy. I'm looking for level 2 to give me some indication, the time and sales, the volume. You're not going to have any of that, right? Still tradable, still can, if you have a strategy, you can still do it, but you're not going to have a lot of the indicators that I'm going to be relying on to make the best decision possible. So this won't be for me. Again, great move yesterday. Might give you a second day play today, but it's not going to meet what I'm looking to do here. So be careful on that one. Let's take a look at NVIDIA we have. So yes, NVIDIA is good. And let's see what else here. HD. Happy. No, that's something else. Okay. I'm not sure what HD is. Let's see what else. Setup we did look at. I'm looking at like it says it's Art, our good buddy Art saying happy HD. I'm not sure what the HD means. NVIDIA we have. Okay, TGT we have. All right, good guys. QSI. What is this?
That's sorry, that's an art thing.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, right? In Wednesday, it's hump day. That's
Hump
that's her
day.
thing.
Okay. Okay. It's an
Hump
acronym
day.
for hump
Yeah,
day. There we go.
hump
There we
day.
go.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Happy hump day, guys. QSI is low flow stock. I mean, not low flow stock, lower price. I'm not even sure if it's a low flow stock, but man, this is more in that penny price territory, which again, I kind of stay away from. It is not a low flow, actually. It's 101 million shares float. But again, this is not something I will trade. So it is in play today, up 138%, which is not hard to do when you're at 70 cents going to $1.50. 80 million shares traded. Peter, any
Now
news maybe on it? Any news there?
yeah, I mean, tons of volume. Wow, look at that, 80 million shares. That is
Yeah.
crazy. They announced. I mean, they're calling it a partnership with NVIDIA, but really, they're just. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how big of a partnership it is. As like we mentioned the other day, they announced actually. Sorry, it's not a partnership. A collaboration with NVIDIA to develop its new platform, Proteus. So, great news for QSI. NVIDIA stock wouldn't care, right? NVIDIA's got partnerships or collaborations with hundreds, if not thousands, of different companies out there. So, it could be that Nvidia provided them a discount on the purchase of their gear, and that's the collaboration. I mean, it's good for Nvidia to be able to say that they've got all these AI collaborations. It's obviously much bigger news for Quantum Si. Hey, like if you want to trade the hype, it's definitely in a hype cycle right now. QSI, these are just, you got to be careful. These are low float type stocks. I mean, this one's technically not a low float with 97 million shares in the float, but like you said, Carlos, it closed at 63 cents yesterday. Just based on its price, you got to be very careful of its movement. It could be quite erratic, right? We're at $1.50. It could hit the opening bell and go to $3 and be back to $1 before you know it, right? So just beware of it. Buyer beware. I'm not saying don't trade it. Just be careful.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Could be interesting. I would like just to watch it, see where it goes, given the hype, right? Anything with tying itself into NVIDIA gets a nice pop. And this one, since it's going from basically zero, it's moving nicely here. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but I have no interest whatsoever in trading this one. Taking a look here, NVIDIA. Yes, NVIDIA is on deck. We know which one we haven't talked about. Tesla's another one. Tesla, pretty flat right now, 1.6 million. Not doing a whole lot at the moment, just kind of holding on just below that 350 where they're probably trying to break out of. So could be a one to watch today. I'm going to sit it on our secondary for now. I don't think it's really heavily in play, but if I don't find anything else to look, I only have 4 tickers right now. I could afford to put 2 more on here. I will move up NVIDIA, and maybe SMCI will be 2 that I will move up from my secondary list here this morning. Yeah, Francis is holding NVIDIA from 109. My man, good for you. Good for you. That is awesome.
All right, there you go.
Peter, I like to mess with people, right? And as I know we don't like to talk politics, but I like to talk politics. And I don't care if people get offended. I could live with it. But in my family, there's groups of there's one camp. There's 2 different camps in my family, and I love them all just the same. And the group that is going against Trump, that went against Trump, all I tell them is, hey, man, how's your 401k doing right now? I love bothering them because their 401k right now is just skyrocketing. Like they're living in it, and I love rubbing them like, hey, how's your 401k doing, man? That's the Trump effect. And they're like, no, it's not like that. Yes, it is. But I love it. I love it, man. Gotta have fun with this. It's so much fun. So much fun. Jeff says he hates money. I don't know about that. But yeah, friends, let's get to we're early today, but let's get to our community events and announcement. Peter, unless you have a rant for us this morning, we have time. It's the first time we have not been this early, so this is nice. If you don't, we'll get to our community events announcements for today.
I mean, I didn't have anything prepared. I can always rant about things if you want. I always get myself into trouble when I rant. You may notice I'm wearing a fancy collared shirt today. I have to go downtown to sign some checks for one of the charities that I'm board chair of. And I got to say, man, these charities are a lot of work these days. We got some interesting challenges going on out there. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut my trading short this morning and drive all the way downtown just to sign some checks and drive back. You'd think that we'd have a better system these days, but not always. Not always. So this is my fancy check signing outfit.
That is your JP Morgan suit there. That's good. That's good.
I just didn't want to do the suit, so this is as close as I was willing to get. So anyways, yeah. But so let's talk about what we got going on in the community. It is a Wednesday, and that means that we've got our psychology webinar happening tonight. Tonight we've got Randy Howell, who's going to be talking about how winning can be dangerous to your trading success. For anybody that's had a big win, especially early in their trading career, that can actually offset your psychology. I resemble that remark. I've been in that camp, and it can absolutely happen. So even if it hasn't happened to you, it's one of those where a lesson you should heed. So put it in the back of your mind, because eventually you'll get there. Actually, we were just talking in the room the other day with a member who said, hey, look, I used to be I won't mention their name because I'm not sure if they want to be mentioned, but they were saying, hey, I'm dealing with this problem right now, right? And we can say, oh, good problem to have. But they was describing this, said, I used to make about $100 a day. And then I went on this run for about 2 weeks where I was making like $1,000, $1,000 to $2,000 a day. And it was going really well. And the last couple of days, or at least the day we were talking, they said, I made $500 today, and I'm feeling disappointed. And I know that I shouldn't be. It's $500. It's a lot more than I used to make, but it's not the $1,000 to $2,000 I was making over the last week and a half. So I don't understand what's happening. How do I manage this? And so we were talking about how to manage that, because that's the type of thing that can happen. So that success, then, sort of you have this unreasonable expectation. Even though logically you say, I know I shouldn't expect it, you still expect it. Right? It's sort of, and it's sort of one of those easy things to justify if you're not in the situation. It's sort of like saying, well, someone won the lottery, so do they expect every time they buy a ticket they're going to win the lottery? Well, of course that's not reasonable, but wait till you're in the position. Once you're in the position, your point of view changes, and we're going to talk about it tonight in our webinar. So if you're an elite member, it'd be a good time to attend that, and that'll be at 8 o'clock this evening. And Randy will sort of take you through how you can manage that. The other thing I wanted to mention is our bookmap webinar. Normally we have a bookmap webinar today. Nathan is gonna he needs the day off for some family matters, so he's not going to be here. So that one's not happening today. So no bookmap trading session happening today at noon. So if you're planning on that one, apologies. Nathan will be back with us next week, and we hope that he has a good day with family. If you want to join us here at the chat room, we have got the options for you. You can join using a basic or elite monthly package, the elite annual, or the best deal, the diamond. You've heard me talk about it. If you don't know about it yet, you should. It's got a $50,000 funded trading account, 3 months of a DAS simulator, everything you get in the elite annual. It's a great deal. Go check it out. And by the way, haven't mentioned in the last few days, but our annual meetup, right? Our seminar, live and in person, is coming up in Vancouver at the end of March 2025. It's back March the 29th to the 31st, 2025. We're going to be focusing on peak performance and mental resilience. And it's not just our typical summit. We're always looking to improve and add to it. This year, we're adding in a TEDx sort of event. So the very first day is like an actual TEDx forum. We've got a bunch of speakers that are going to talk about performance, not just in trading, but in life overall, because as we say all the time, right, trading is not just about how you perform in front of the markets. It's about sort of putting it all together. Trading is part of your life, and if you're not managing your life to the same level of excellence, it's not reasonable to expect excellence in your trading. And think of it like an athlete, right? An athlete can't just be good on the field. They have to manage their psychology, their discipline, their eating habits, their fitness, all of that stuff that goes into athletics. We can understand that. There's a similar sort of offshoot that you get when you get into trading. So this should be a great session. We're looking forward to all the guest speakers, as well as, of course, all of our moderators. We're all going to be there live and in person in Vancouver, and hopefully you'll consider joining us. So we sell out these things all the time. So if you're thinking about it, it's a great time. We've got a discounted rate for you to join. Just go to our website. You can find it. You can see all the information that Brent is scrolling through right here. So, and if you got questions, ask us. We'd love to have you at our summit and have you there in Vancouver in March 2025. Plan now. And hopefully we'll see you there. All right. With that, Carlos, let's set some levels. We'll go through our moderators lists, and then we'll see if we got some time. Maybe we can rant about something else. Always time
Yeah,
for
yeah, absolutely, man. It's funny. We're definitely ahead of schedule. We're talking about checks, since you brought it up, right? But I still have my same checkbook from like I was 18, right?
Yeah.
Same checkbook. I use maybe one book. I still have the same, because you don't use that many checks anymore. At least when I started using the banking system. But my checkbooks are funny, Peter. My checkbooks are Bugs Bunny. So now when I have to write a check and give another grown man a Bugs Bunny check is the funniest thing in the world, right? Because obviously
Bugs
when
Bunny
I was
check.
18, yeah, I think you have the background with the cartoons in it. It has the cartoons in the background. It's like, yeah, I know. Just take it and don't laugh. But yeah, man, it's we don't use checks anymore.
yeah.
They last forever.
I've got
There it is. There's yours.
my checkbook right here. Look at this. It's sort of weird that like I still have all of these checks. Who issues checks these days? I do feel weird every once in a while. You've got to cut a check for something. Now my kids aren't in school. That used to be where we were using the checks, right? You send the kids off to school to pay for some field trip or another. You have to issue a check, but I don't know. That's not. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that happens much these days. It's funny. My daughter, her landlord wanted payment in checks. Sort of post-dated checks. She's like, can't I just pay electronically? Like, she's never owned a check in her life.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even. How do you even get a check? How does that work? I'm like, well, you got to go into
Where
the
do you
bank.
get those?
You got to order the check. She's like, bank? I don't go into a bank. What do you mean?
What is that?
Anyway, yeah, I know. It's funny as it all
fun.
cascades, right? She's like, she had no.
Yeah.
The whole concept was foreign to her.
Yeah. All right, friends, let's get to it. Only 4 tickers on my list right now: Mara, Coin, TGT, NVDA. Again, Bitcoin's all over the place this morning. I'm going to move, as I mentioned, if I did not find anything else, which I did not, I'm going to move Tesla up, and I'm going to move SMCI. Could be very interesting. That's going to make my 6 for this morning. So We'll take a look at those. I did look at Apple. Someone in our chat room did mention that one. They're not really in play. It's just kind of hanging out there and seeing what's next. No, look at Meta, has no volume, only 94,000. Apple does have volume, but again, also pretty flat right now. So again, I just don't think these guys are in play. Let's get to some levels. These will be easy. Look at Meta. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are surrounding the price action. I'm going to mark down the high at 2102 and the low, which is good, giving some good support here around 2006, right? So look at that support you're getting in the pre-market. Towards the bottom, your cover. Towards the top, 2178 and 2285. We'll slam one there as you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. Today is laptop day, guys. It is Wednesday, so make sure you hit those likes so we can hit our numbers for the laptop. I think it's 700 likes, but Andrew will correct me in a second here. He's already online and ready to go. We have 610 people watching, only 201 likes, so a little bit on the lower side. We'd love to get a little bit higher. Coin out of the Bitcoin stuff is my favorite today. If you look at the daily, I like the way this is setting up. Hopefully it can trade well. It could be a little choppy at times. 334.27 is the high of the pre-market, and you have the highs and lows doing an amazing job towards the bottom here. Are we now sitting on all-time highs on coin? We might be. Oh, no. It has been higher.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right when they IPO, I keep forgetting they went up all the way to 430. I haven't seen that since, but we're above their IPO price, which is nice. 344.72. It's another level, and then we have another one at 380. You don't have much levels here above that. So 52-week pre-market high for sure. But again, we don't have a lot up there besides when it originally IPO'd. So there it is. Coin. I like the daily, the way it's looking here. I like the way this setup is. Has potential to run. MSTR is another one that we'll keep an eye on. This one is just on fire. It's going to be for entertainment purposes for me. I think that's going to be a difficult one to trade. But if you do like it, it is in play. Target is one that's usually never on our list, but today this big drop has me interested. 122.50 is the low of the pre-market. We'll look to the left here. We haven't been down here in quite some time. So let's look at a weekly actually to get some levels off this one. So if we look at a weekly, we're going to have a clear level at 112.72. Another one right where the price action is. I'm going to mark it down 130.07, and then it clearly up here. We're going to look at 135.26 is a good one as well. Again, pick those daily those levels off the weekly because we don't have anything recently around the price range right now. NVIDIA is going to be a fun one. If not today, later. If not during the intraday, later tonight on earnings, and then also tomorrow for sure. But we'll watch it. 148. 149.39 is a great level. High of the pre-market is 148.08, so we'll slam one there. And once you do that, guys, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are doing a pretty good job. Great day yesterday. Let's see what it does today before we get into the earnings this evening. Tesla, I have it here as well. Low of the pre-market 342.82. Not doing a whole lot this morning. Stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. And then towards the top, we do have a level at 357.82. I'm going to mark down just in case. Last but not least is going to be SMCI. Again, gapping down to a 4%. I love the volume this morning. Love the pre-market is 26.87. But look at this level here. This 27.23. You have to mark this down. Look how much support we have there. So I'm going to have that there as well, just in case that's going to play a part this morning. And if you zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Highs and lows got you covered, friends. You don't have to do anything else on SMCI. Let's keep it nice and simple. Peter is going to take us through what our team is watching this morning. Andrew and Brian up next after that. Man, I am excited about this day. It's going to be a good one.
Wow, you sound energized today. All right. I love it.
It's the black coffee, my friends. Got me going.
Yeah. He's high on caffeine. All right. Jared is trading MSTR. I like it. He says, well, duh. I mean, he's been trading it for 2 days now, nonstop. He's already taken at least one, if not more, trades this morning. So that's definitely in play. NVIDIA and Target make up his list. Avi's watching the Magnificent 7 and AMD, which make up his personal Magnificent 8. Mike is going to be watching Coin, NVIDIA, and Target. Megan, Amazon, NVIDIA, and Target. I'm going to be watching AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, my usual 3, and Coin, Target, and Zeta. or Zeta. I still don't know how to say it, but I might trade it. Lenny's going to be watching NVIDIA, Chewy, MSTR, and Roku. Wow, relatively short list for Lenny today. So he's dialed in and focused as well. I got no IPOs or SPACs for you today. I had one that might have been released, but looks like it's been canceled or at least postponed. So we're going to just watch the market. Andrew's got a fairly big list here with MSTR, Coin, SMCI, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Target. Thor's watching the markets as he always does, MSTR, Tesla, and NVIDIA. And Pierre's going to be watching NVIDIA, AMD, Coin, and Tesla. So you notice a lot of common themes here. We're all watching the semis. We're all watching crypto in one way or the other, and then it looks like a lot of us are going to keep an eye on Target. We'll see if anything happens with that one. That's a little bit of a crapshoot, but we'll watch just in case. Hopefully, it's going to be a good day, like you said, Carlos. I am also looking forward to this morning. I think that we have a good chance. And even yesterday, yesterday was a fairly quiet day. Remember, we were talking yesterday, guys, that we said we didn't really have anything that we loved yesterday, right? It was feeling pretty quiet. But even then, there were things to trade, right? You just had to be patient. You had to pick your spots. And there were good targets to take. You just had to be, pun not intended. But you just had to, pick your spots. So I think today is going to be another one of those days where we have better targets today, pun intended. We'll just have to find out if it gives us the opportunities we need to have a profitable trade. So trade smart, right? And you can make some money and have a happy day.
Yes, indeed. Amazon was one of those, Peter. Look at Amazon at the beginning, a little bit rough. I didn't trade it so well. I got stopped out of the first trade I took, and I missed that second opportunity here, right? Just look at the breakout, but just show a clear example where be patient. You are going to get your setup. Just be patient. It will come. I hear some background noise. Looks like our buddy Andrew is ready to rock and roll, friends. So Andrew's on deck, good to go with Brian. Good morning, Andrew. How are you doing today?
I am good, sir. How are you doing?
Love to hear that. Awesome.
I'm glad to see that you're okay. Brian was saying that there was some really bad weather in Vancouver last night. I was afraid you've been knocked out of power.
It's not that bad. It's just a little bit of rain and snow. It's just beautiful. I was actually in Calgary yesterday. I saw one of our traders. I went to, I moved completely my residency to Alberta. Alberta is like the Texas of Canada, so a little tax-free. It's a really nice environment. And it was cold but sunny. And then I came back. And where is everybody? Why are you missing trading? Why only 600 people in the chat room? You guys do not want to miss.
I don't know what it is. Maybe people are starting to travel for the holidays. I know people start to travel, but it's kind of early. Start traveling on the weekend, but it could be that.
Guys, do not miss these trading days. It's crazy, this market. Bitcoin to 100,000 very soon. It might be in the next few days, Bitcoin to 100,000. Brian, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing well, thank you. Doing well. No, the rain wasn't bad last night. It was more the wind. There was all around me, neighborhoods were losing power. So I was thinking it was going to be my turn soon, but we didn't lose the power, so good thing.
Well, thank good there's power to keep the red sign on.
Exactly.
That's what matters.
Yeah. Gotta get just gotta get something back in a second.
All right.
All right. So NVDA.
All right, trade smart, guys.
Let's do it.
Have a good morning.
Great trading day, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. So SMCI obviously is going to be active probably for a few more days. So again, this is a stock in play that has a news that it's going to be active for a few days, but eventually dies down. So the volume yesterday was the highest, 240 million shares volume. NVDA today has the earning. Yesterday had a massive run, all-time high, sitting at around 149.70, somewhere around here. And today earning could be very volatile. Meta, I don't think I'm going to look at Meta. MSTR, obviously, they have a lot of Bitcoin holdings, so it's capping up $462. This is probably all-time high, even back from back to dot-com bubble, I think. Yeah. So this is also high on MSTR. The reason that they're popping up is because they hold a lot of Bitcoins, and Bitcoin is at 94,000. Roku, I don't know what happened to
Yeah.
Roku. Is that an earning? It should be earning, Brian, huh?
I would think so, but I don't see them. I don't see them on my list of companies that are reporting this week. But they might. Yeah, doesn't necessarily mean they're not reporting. Let's take a quick look. The trading terminal. Oh.
All right. So situation is really interesting in the market.
Yeah.
CONL, CONL. Is that an ETF? CONL? Yeah, Granite shared 2 lines of coin. So CONL is also interesting. So CONL is an ETF that tracks coin there 2 times leverage. That could be very interesting.
Yeah.
Should have coined it.
Yeah, COINL. Coin is up quite a bit. Target reported this morning, so you can see obviously disappointed. It's funny, Walmart went one way and Target went the other. It's funny, I think Amazon's kind of struggling here a little bit. Might be interesting to watch.
All right, so market went red now. Everything dropped. IWM red, SPY red, Q's red.
Yep. Everything went red. This is low of the pre-market right here. I'm guessing Thor is probably shorting the futures, the minis.
All right, so I'm gonna watch my stocks. Am I gonna go long or short? Actually, don't know yet. Watching for the opening price action. Looking at opening price action, see what the market is giving us a strength or not. Today we're gonna give a laptop away, or maybe a trip to Vancouver. Something, guys, to be eligible to part of that draw. Yeah, something. You gotta also like the video. So on YouTube, guys, you gotta like it to be able to be part of the draw. Bitcoin is gonna be $100,000. So bad. And also comments, yeah.
God. Finally, everything the U.S. is doing to support Ukraine has been too late.
What happened with Ukraine?
Oh, I just said somebody said Ukraine fired the British Storm Shadow missiles into Russia.
Yesterday. What is that already?
No, that was the they'd used the U.S. ones, the ASTMs, or I think that's what they are. The British were still waiting for the British to decide, so I guess they decided. Williams Sonoma up quite a bit here. It's an interesting one. Retailer. So was it cold? It was cold in Calgary yesterday.
Yeah, it was sunny. Calgary is it's pretty cold, but it's actually really sunny always. So it was very enjoyable staying outside, just sun on you. Vancouver is really cold now, but it's also gray, so you don't get sun. It's kind of a weird environment. But I went to get up my license for my plate. So I got the personalized plate for my Lamborghini. So I went there to pick up my plate. It says BBT Life is the best life. BBT Life in Alberta. In BC is BBT.
I love that.
Variable traders, and in Alberta BBT wasn't available. I don't know who took BBT. So it was BBT Life.
There you go. Yeah, Alberta has a dry cold, and Vancouver has a wet cold, so it feels colder here when it gets cold.
Yeah, it does feel colder for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, guys, come to
MSTR,
Vancouver, guys. Anyone wants to come to Vancouver, you can drive my Lamborghini if you want. If you feel comfortable, because it's not easy to drive it. So if you feel comfortable, you Vancouver guys, the VIP tickets, guys, we have 5 VIP tickets. You can come and to my place. We can drive my Lambo as well, guys. Target is getting destroyed.
yeah, but it's not moving much. I'm looking at, watch SMCI maybe. It's on the watch list. Let's see what Roku is doing. Wow, Roku's really down. Roku could be interesting.
Roku could be a good rising level.
Yeah, so the
NVDA
volume
is
isn't
above the
huge. Yeah, NVIDIA is going to be reporting at 20 after 4 today. So that, 20 after 4 Eastern Standard.
Let's go, guys. Be careful, guys. Risk management is the most important part, guys. Don't get fooled by Bitcoin popping up. They can drop as fast as goes up. So risk management is super important in everything you do.
Here's Amazon. See what Tesla looks like. Tesla's got some orders at 350, 347. It's in the red. NVIDIA sort of orders on either side here, 148 and 147. So it's not giving any kind of clear indication where it might be going. Roku VWAP is at 69 and a 40. So I think I'm gonna watch Roku. If it pops up at the open, I will short it. Amazon's still dropping here. Interesting.
I guess 1 minute to the open.
Roku's still dropping. Damn. Amazon looks interesting. So does Roku. Both for shorts.
Righty. Let me bring this one a little lower.
Here we go.
SMCI. NVDA, Tesla.
Capping down a bit. There's a lot to watch here this morning, so I'm not... I've taken a little XLV yesterday. I took XLV long in swing trade account. I think it's oversold. It was from my swing trade video on the weekend.
Wow, FBRX is crazy also.
FBRX?
Yeah, this one is a low float stocks Force Bioscience.
Oh.
This one is going.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. I see it.
Yeah.
Ooh, it is going crazy. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Let's see where the volume is. See what the MSTR doing. MSTR should have good volume. NVDA is selling off.
Short Amazon.
Brian is shorting Amazon. Ask on MSTR, but it's super extended right now from the rebound. I don't want to go long now. Wow, 470. Bitcoin 95,000. Bitcoin 95,000. Holy moly.
Man, I missed, kind of missed Roku on that pop. Damn.
Serious. All right. Bitcoin is, NVDA is setting off very nicely. Let's wait for a minute and see what's going to we're going to get. Yeah, MSTR is too extended out to go long, and I don't want to go long. NVDA is a short. It's the daily chart look like on NVDA. Yeah, NVDA is also kind of looks extended. Yeah, everything related to crypto is just popping up.
Yeah.
BTCT, this one is also crazy. Yeah, all the crypto ones are popping up. SMCI is coming up nicely. I'm getting a long on SMCI, 2732. SMCI just shit, I rejected that. Getting a long on SMCI, but kind of rejected the VWAP. Let's see if we can survive this one. NVDA is still weak. Tesla went green. NVDA is trying to come back up. Let's see if SMCI can hold above the VWAP. It rejected the VWAP really bad. Tesla is super strong. All right, so SMCI is popping up. Let me see if I can get out of it. All right, I survived that.
Let's see if we can lose this 202 here on Amazon.
Guys, I'm getting out of SMCI. Yeah, I'm all out of SMCI. I got out of SMCI with break-even point. So this was a little bit trades like crazy. NVDA is gonna sell off to S3. NVDA is super weak, so let's see. Looking at, I just had a $400 loss on SMCI. That's it for now. It's just trades super crazy. MSTR is still going up. Didn't give us any pullback. Yeah, MSTR R4 479.
Just covered some as we drop through 202. They're really trying to defend 202 on Amazon here.
Avi, what are you trading? What are you guys trading in the chat room? Roku. Yeah, Roku is super volatile.
Here we go. Just covering some more Amazon at 201.80.
Right, it's short Amazon.
Yeah, it's right down at S4. It's right down at S4. So I really covered a lot of it right there. So it might reverse here. NVIDIA is selling off. Tesla's coming back up.
Yeah,
Roku's a dog's breakfast.
Tesla potential long, but it's just the 5 minute is kind of super crazy. Let's see. It looks like the crypto are the way to go, but I haven't really found anything. MSTR was super nice. It's just that piece of garbage keeps going up. 480. Oh, yeah.
If FBRX halted on the downside, that's not a halt you want to be in.
BTCT. Mara is amazing too, guys. Yeah, I'm looking at potential entry for these cryptos. They're a little bit extended. I'm looking for a pullback or something. Yeah, Mara is amazing. Coin was amazing. MSTR was amazing. Crypto is in play. Seriously, heavy money goes in there. But my problem is I'm trying to find a good entry on them. potential feed. Mara is looking like he wants to go for opening range breakout. It's very strong. Crypto is very strong right now. 2150. Yeah, it's going to go to 2150. There you go. Should be in there. Yeah, money is seriously going to crypto, guys. Seriously. Tesla, Shopee, CONLL, Coin. It's okay, guys. 935. We're going to find something. NVDA, MSTR. Yeah, MSTR is super strong.
Still holding on a little bit of Amazon short. This 202.50 is where I'll stop out. We'll see if we can get down to 201, 200.
Yeah, it's what's Target doing? Target selling off. Oh, yeah, Target was a really nice short, Brian. It was a very nice rising level.
Right. It just didn't look, it kind of was flatlining all pre-market after they came out with earnings. So
no trades for me, guys, except that small loss on SMCI, $480 loss. So let's see, we'll find it. I have an eye on Tesla, NVDA, and MSTR. Again, it just needs a pullback. I don't want to go long now. This was super extended. Coin, serious FOMO is happening, guys, right now in my mind. Coin is also, yeah, so see, coin is dropping. So MSTR can also drop like this. So that's why I don't want to.
Yeah,
really
Mara's dropping. All these stocks hit R4 on the Camarilla pivots, and they just reversed. Look at that, Thor. I knew you would do that.
Coin is dropping like a 5-minute main range breakdown, so it becomes like an engulfing.
Yeah,
MSTR probably is drop too.
That was a very good place to take a short on MSTR. Same with Mara. Reddit R4.
Rejecting there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky to short these guys, to go long when they're extended. Potential. Let's see what's going to happen. MSTR, Mara, what's Mara doing? Yeah, they're kind of all pulling back.
Come on. Still defending 202 on Amazon.
You had Amazon short, right?
Yeah, still a little bit. Like I said, I got out of a lot when it got close to S4. Tesla, NVDA. I'm just watching all these stocks here, trying to figure out. I want to make a play on one of the other coin.
Yeah, guys. No FOMO, guys. It's gonna happen. Eventually, that trade is gonna happen. It's 939. 939 is gonna happen. So FPRX is the one that was up 100%. Careful, guys.
It halted on a down candle.
Yeah.
So it's definitely challenging right now. PLTR is down a buck. A lot of red on the screen. Apple's the only green of Avi's Mag 7 plus AMD.
Tesla is setting up.
Yeah, shit. I didn't want to chase it with I thought about shorting it, but I just didn't want to chase it. Now it's at S3, might bounce. MSTR is still selling.
What MSTR is doing. going to take a short on MSTR, 465, 466. Stop loss put at 470. I got a partial fill on that on MSTR, guys. Ooh, let's see MSTR can go a little bit lower, guys. I'm short heavy size, guys, on MSTR. 465. Let's see if car showing some 459. This is the low of the pre-market. I got a partial fill on that, unfortunately. I'm short, guys, at MSTR. 65. Let's see if you can go a little bit lower. I partial some at 459. My average on MSCI is 460, 470. Let's see if we can survive this pullback. If we can sell off this one, possibly go to 454, a moving average on 5-minute chart. All right, hands on the trigger to get us stopped out at the break even, guys. This is a super strong stock, so shorting it is a little bit tricky, but we'll see. I kind of got a lucky entry. Right, I've got to stop out, guys, at the break even. I got to stop that at the break even. It might still go down, but I have to get it stopped out at the break even.
Yeah, it's scary to short this MSTR.
Yeah.
Okay, we've lost 2 on Amazon. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spending too much time keeping an eye on it. I just set a hard stop on that one.
Because I covered all of my shorts on MSTR, guys. Let's see what coin is doing. Yeah, coin did a 5-minute angle thing. Let's see what the MSTR is doing. Yeah, closed above the VWAP on 1 minute. If anything, it might go back up. So
yeah. I'm looking at the options on it. It's damn. I'd like to try trading it with options, but it's
MSTR.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
The spread. No, the spread on the options isn't great. Some $2.
Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay a lot if you want to get to the party. It's not easy.
Yeah.
MSTR looks like it wants to come back to the high of the day. It's a crazy move on MSTR. NVDA is bouncing around 144.37.
Coin bounced back.
See what MSTR is doing. I'm now looking potentially maybe long MSTR. Let me see. I'm getting a long on MSTR, 472.18. If it goes to 479, I might add more heavy on that. So I'm gonna get a small one and see if you can get. MSTR holding a lot of Bitcoin. This could be a Bitcoin play essentially. Companies that are heavily.
I'm long NVIDIA at
NVDA did a nice reversal. Yeah.
Really late on this trade that I don't like my entry.
Let's see if MSTR can do another pop. MCI is coming back. So let's see if MSTR can actually hold this. It's not a great trade on my long, so let's go. Let's see. Let's see to the moon or not. Have the time to get out of it at the break even. Let's see. Okay, so it's going higher. Above 479 for the break of high of the day. I might add more on it. I'm adding more a little bit on this MSTR here, 477. Let's see if you can break the high of the day. Looks like he wants to hold.
Okay, I covered some more Amazon when we got back down here at S4 to 150. Let's see what our NVDA trade's going to do here. It looks promising.
All right, MSTR. Come on, MSTR. 480 is the high of the day, 479.88. It's all-time high, huh? Yeah, it is all-time high. To the moon, guys, to the moon. Here, what we want is actually goes to the moon. Come on, come on, come on, come on. MSTR to the moon. All right, 477, 479. Let's see, guys.
Didn't like that rejection. I'm getting out of that NVIDIA. Didn't like that rejection.
My average on MSTR is 474.50, so not a great average. Let's see.
Qs and SPY are bouncing a bit here. Tesla bounced back to the VWAP. God.
Come on, MSTR. Bitcoin back above 95,000. Come on, you can do it. Adding a little bit more. Come on, break the highs. Break highs. Oh, there you go. Partial, guys. Partial MSTR, 480. Oh, yes. Yes. I have 3,000 shares of MSTR, guys. Yes. So that was like a freaking difficult trade. It's kind of creepy. 482, we're at the all-time high. Nice.
And I gotta get out of NVIDIA.
Bitcoin above 95,000 again. Anyone, guys, in MSTR? 482. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 500 today. 482, partialing out more.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyone, guys, in the chat room on MSTR with me? Yeah, I was scary, man. I'm having my heartbeat is like a 175. If I have a heart attack, it's Michael Sayers' fault. Nice. Nice. I have 1,400 shares left, guys. It was a really good, profitable trade. This one, man, it moves like crazy. $485. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it hits the 500 today. This one is... Yeah, Simmer, you don't want to really start shorting this kind of stocks when it's gapping up 10% above the VWAP. You know, when you short it, you have to be really careful. Brian has a saying, it says he doesn't like to short the strongest stocks. And he has a point. There is a short trade in it if you manage your risk, but if it squeezes back up, you got to be really careful. These are squeezing for a reason. So you don't want to be that person to be get the squeeze.
I mean, it was a great short right at R4. That was a real logical place to go short on it. But you have to recognize that you're only in it for a short time, because, like I said, these strong stocks they just stay strong.
So let's see. Now my average is pretty nice, 475.43. Let's see what's going to happen. We are trading at all-time high, so it's no man's land. So you don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen at any time. Usually in these cases, you can get some, round numbers are usually good. 485, 490, 495, 500. Like that acts like some sort of a level, because you are at all-time high. There's no level up here. And of course, you can see the price action. So the price action is really getting weak up there. You see these big drops in 1 minute from 486 to 480. It's like drop $6. So these are, not a good sign. But as long as it's making new 5-minute high, you can hold it. I'm not going to add into that. I have, 1,300 shares left. NVDA did a very nice bottoming price action, 144. I don't know, Brian didn't stay there long, but that was a good reversal.
Tesla looks like it's kind of
all right, break of high today again, 488, guys. I sold 200 shares more up here. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna give laptop away, guys. Make sure that you like the video and you comment, so you would be a part of the laptop or funded account or Vancouver, whatever you want.
Yeah, I wanted to be part of history with you. I got long on that pullback to R4.
For 480. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, 42.
500. I think most likely we're gonna get 500. Bitcoin is 95,300. So yeah, Bitcoin all-time high, guys. God bless United States of America. God bless America, really. Let's go, America. MSTR.
I'm waiting for Amazon to break this 201.50, another leg lower.
490. How many Bitcoin MSTR has? I think about like 21,000 Bitcoin or something around that range.
And aren't they talking about he wanted to raise money to buy more?
Yeah, over 300,000 Bitcoin they have. Wow.
It's almost as much as North Korea has.
Wow. All right, so 490. Let's do that. Wow, Jared. That's amazing.
Imagine.
Congratulations to Jared and John. I was never a believer of Bitcoin. John and Jared, they had some trust in this in the crypto. Congratulations to you guys. I am being embarrassed because I never really believed in cryptocurrency. But who am I? Who the hell Andres is to have any opinion?
It's a bubble.
It's a bubble, according to Mr. Pezim, the biggest economist in the world. No, I don't know, man. I stopped commenting about this kind of things. Like, I've been proven wrong over and over and over. I don't. Who am I to have an opinion? For now, MSTR to the moon. All right, so my average on MSTR is 475.43. It's coming down to my average. I'm gonna get a stopped out at 480 or my whatever it is. Let's see if these pullbacks are very volatile, like dropping like $10. My average is at 474. No, guys, go for it. Like, invest in it if you want, but just the only thing that I would say is based on experience is diversify. Don't go all in one single asset. Like,
Yeah.
like 5% of your asset in crypto is good, but if you go to like 30%, 40%, then because the return is not important alone, the volatility of a portfolio is super also important. Like, there is something called risk adjusted return. How much volatility, how much return you're getting compared to the volatility. This is a very important thing especially when you have $5,000, it doesn't matter. But when your account is like $10 million or your life investment, which is a lot of traders have big assets, the volatility of your portfolio is very important. So you don't really want to have something that is extremely volatile. Even if when you get the return, can you sleep on it, at night? These are the questions. I think I've been proven wrong about cryptocurrency. I don't believe in it per se, but I don't think it's not an investable asset. It just have to be a small portion of your portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah. And it can be a bubble for a long time. So I'm not advocating that it's going to crash tomorrow or next in the next 6 months.
What about crypto? What about the
That's
YouTube
it.
guys? You guys have any Bitcoin? The only issue that I have with okay, guys, I'm gonna get stopped out on MSTR very soon because it's really close to my entry. Is I'm such a idiot in having in technology. When it comes into technology, I'm such an old person. So I don't know if I keep losing my passwords and everything. I don't know if I buy one Bitcoin, it would be a nightmare for me to figure out how to log it into my wallet and everything. I never had a wallet. There is this cyber crime and everything. I'm just a perfect like phishing scam candidate. Like I've been scammed so easily in the market and stuff. So that's what I don't trust myself with the crypto wallet. All right, I haven't got it stopped out yet on MSTR. Let's see if we can get to 500. It would have been amazing.
Yeah. Years and years ago, when I owned Bitcoin, I ended up, I sold almost all of it except for like a tiny bit. And then someone ripped me off in my wallet. It was that guy, that Canadian guy who I had my Bitcoin with. And he went to India and died or something. There was a big controversy about it.
Died, yeah. Probably is alive in Thailand with all the prostitutes and everything. Brian is actually very interesting. Brian is a boomer. Sometimes I make joke with him, but he's actually one of the people that he's embracing new technologies and stuff. I remember that you had Bitcoin when nobody knew about Bitcoin. You said that you wanted to sell some Bitcoin. You went to a parking lot. There's a shady guy came, and then you get cash from you and gave you something. Like what was it, like 2010 or something?
Yeah, it was like I was doing a drug deal or something. I mean, and he took my phone and he was like playing with it. And then he goes, here, now you've got Bitcoin. You've got one Bitcoin. I think I paid like $820 for it or something. I thought, couldn't help but thinking, okay, well, that was $820 gone. But anyway,
I remember that you were telling me this story. Yeah.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Okay, here we go. I'm going to sell some more Amazon here at just under 201. Nice. There we go.
All right. So most likely MSTR is going to stop me out at 475.43.
Yeah,
right, so it is done. I'm getting stopped out, guys. I'm all out of MSTR. I had a really, really nice trade on it. Do you know what time is it? Time for me to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second, guys.
Okay. Yeah, when I bought Bitcoin, it was funny. Like I think of the whole history of that. I remember my son at the time, I think he was like 16. He was telling me, I don't know anything about it. He was saying, this Bitcoin thing, it's trading at $20. It's probably too late to get into it. So that was the first time I heard about it. And then, it started hitting the news when it was going up. It started going up into the hundreds, and that's, I waited a bit, and then I thought, oh, screw it. I want to be part of history. So that's when I made the shady deal in the parking lot with the guy. But I did end up with a Bitcoin. So after that, it actually pulled back a bit. I kind of forgot about it. And then the next thing you know, it's in the news again, hitting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. So I started just selling little bits of it. I think the last part I sold of it was around 18 or 19,000. And that was that first run. And it kind of dropped off after that. But I had just a little bit left, like a fraction of a tenth. And who was that guy? I'm trying to remember his name. I think they did all these documentaries on him. Oh yeah, it was Quadriga. Gerald Cotton. He was the Canadian Sam Bankman-Fried. There you go. See, you say Canada can't produce some good fraudsters. Actually, another good fraudster was who was that? That gold guy. He was Goldfinger. See what's going on in the scanners. No, I'm thinking of Briex. The guy was he grinding up his wife's wedding ring and putting it in a shotgun, and they call it salting. He was salting the cores with gold. Like they drill these cores, and then he'd shoot the shotgun at the cores, and then gold would get embedded in them, and then they'd send them to the lab for assays, and they'd be coming back like, wow, there's so much gold here. And then there was who was it? The guy who his geologist went out for a helicopter ride over Indonesian forest and didn't come back. Oh, Roku's popping up. The Tesla's still looking weak. The Qs and the SPY are still weak. They're still selling off here. What do we got? Yields are up a bit. Amazon, I don't think it's going to get to 200, but man, it's starting to get there.
Which one? Amazon?
Amazon, yeah. That was a nice short.
The market is overall weak.
Still, yes, I'm still holding. Can't believe I'm still holding it. I don't know, Vinny. I'm looking at it. There's a big order at 200. You can see it on Bookmap there. It's really looking weak. I think there's going to be some pretty significant support at 200, honestly.
All right, NVDA is selling off S4. NVDA might be a good bounce at S4, 143.38, guys. So I'm looking at potentially. I'm actually pretty good for day. I had a really good day. So I don't know if I want to make any other trade, but market is setting off NVDA's potential bounce at S4, 143.38.
Yeah, it's going to 200. Come on, baby. Let the good times roll.
Voting MSTR. MSTR also price action is kind of weak on it. I don't think it's a crazy idea to short it, honestly. It looks like it's really, maybe around 476 would be a good place to short with the stop loss at 480. But it looks definitely rejected 488. I don't think Ariel is a very bad idea. Just have to have a good entry and good execution. I think, yeah, he's setting off. Someone is asking, is it possible to take advantage of choppiness? Yes. So there are multiple strategies that when something is choppy, you can trade on that. Credit spreads on options is one way. You can essentially short the options, because the chart is pretty good for options decay. That's one strategy that you can do. But the risk management is also super important. You have to make sure that you are, managing your risk by having a protection. Like don't short naked like I did 2 weeks ago on Tesla and last week. Buy protection really cheap.
You and me both.
Yeah, I lost. Yeah, I mean that was. So one person that speaks really good about that is Avi. Avi is actually coming today. Avi is killing it on Avi has like $80,000, $90,000 a day on options day trading. He's killing it. He's figured out this thing, man. In options day trading, Avi has figured this thing out. We have a WhatsApp group that is posting his P&L and his trades. Unbelievable. He's gonna come today about some of this. Guys, Avi's. I'm, a trader, but you're gonna watch what Avi is doing.
SPY and Qs are both at S4, by the way. So I've been selling off. I would expect a bounce here. Look at Amazon. I should have added instead of selling. I just can't believe it's sold off this much.
All right, here's what we're going to do.
I'm just going to get out of the rest of my Amazon trade here. That's been an awesome trade. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe Avi is okay. Maybe, in addition to laptop, maybe we can give one of the Avi's course to people in YouTube. I'll ask him when he comes on. Maybe we can do that. Or maybe some other course. But yeah, options trading is great, guys. Great. Let me see if I can actually post some of the Avi's trades. Like we have a WhatsApp group together.
Wow. Qs are just blowing through S4. What do you think, Thor? Is this a time to go long on the Qs or the SPY? Right at S4. Here we go. Look at Amazon. Amazon's filled that 200 pool of liquidity.
So Aika is asking, do you recommend beginners trade with options instead of day trading? So I think it's very important as a beginner, you understand the price action first. Yeah, Brian mentioned that. So you have to understand the basic of price action. Options are just a very powerful weapons that you use for raising profit, so as a leverage. But the basics of understanding is through this price action because they are all derivative. They are following the price action of this one.
Yeah, I mean, you're trading the price of insecurity. So if you don't understand where the underlying security is going, then then you shouldn't be trading options because you're making a directional bet and it's leveraged.
Yeah, look at my chart at my screen. Like this is one of Avi's trade. So let me bring my pen here. So if you guys can see, so essentially in the 1 minute OP range breakup that I trade, you can trade it with options as well. So Avi took the 250 calls. Sorry, actually it's a put. So instead of shorting it, so Avi is putting this his range here. He wants to short it below that. So you have to understand this price action on the Tesla itself. So instead of pressing short, you can just go and buy 240, 250 puts. And as if from $8 it goes up to $10 and then $5,000 profit with a much smaller buying power. But you have to understand this one. This is the basic, and then this is your execution. So that's why in our funded account we also have options as well. But for the profit taking, you have to go through the shares trading because that's the most important part. Completely, of course, just a shadow of the price action in intraday. So Avi has a lot of course, has a lot of webinars, is creating a lot of contents. There's also, Avi is also, I think, trades live with Peak Capital traders and also his own private mentorship group. I'm part of a WhatsApp group from the people who came to New York. Like he's posting like crazy thing, like holy moly. And his account is not as big as me, but his returns are really, really nice. I think Avi by far is one of the best options day traders I've ever seen in any community. Like I know this community really well. Like I know a lot of people in other communities as well. I think from what I see, Avi is probably one of the best options day traders out there. He's also such a great speaker. Like in Vancouver this year, he had a very nice presentation about how to build a system around options trading, and then he talked about those patterns. What it called? Which patterns was that? Help me, someone.
Well, he does. He just looks at 60-minute chart and he looks for levels to trade around. It's kind of like Camarilla pivot trading.
Yeah, fractal pattern. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Fractal pattern.
Fractals.
Yeah, I was talking about that. It was such a great, and it's coming next year as well. It's coming to Colombia as well, Abby. So, all right. So, what time is it? 10:13. NVDA is at S4, Brian. Should you trade on NVDA for reversal or no?
I just got long the actually talking about options. I got long SPY options at 117. I'm trading the 588 calls. I don't know why I shouldn't have gone so far out of the money on these, but I'm just we'll see what it does here. Kind of feeling like it's trying to find a bottom, but I'll stop out here if we drop much more. No, you really got to understand where stocks and stock price action before getting in. It's just like trading a leveraged product. You can trade Tesla, or you can trade coin, or you can trade CoinL, which is a double a beta of coin. So if you're going to trade CoinL, you better be pretty sure you've got the direction right. I don't know. We're trying to hold here, but I'm worried we've got more downside. Qs are continuing to sell off.
What is MSTR doing? MSTR is super choppy now.
Yeah, Amazon's finally bouncing a little bit here. Tesla's bouncing a little bit off S4.
So Sahmid is asking a very good question. Why did you get out of SMCI super fast? So the reason that I got SMCI super fast was I went long, and then as soon as I get long, do you see my screen, Samit? So as soon as I got on, the transactions were happening like it wasn't a uniform price action. So the transaction was happening here, here, here. So it was super choppy, and that
I'm
is a
out of
huge
SPY calls.
So that's what I got out of it. I thought, okay, this is super, super volatile. Like, as soon as I got a chance to break even, I got out of it because you want to be in the price action that it moves very unique, like very, very slow, going up like this or going. You don't want to be in a time and sales that is like that, huge range. So I said, this is nightmare. So I got out of it, and I got lucky because it could easily drop really significantly on me. That's why in the first 5 minutes, a lot of time it's not a good idea to trade because it's super wild and super volatile. So you don't see the candlesticks when the candlesticks are closed, but when the candlesticks are live, you can see this craziness on there. NVDA, yeah, I'm looking at NVDA. I want to see what NVDA is doing. Potentially, I'm not really keen to make any other trade, but NVDA could be a case for it for a reversal. 143 is going down.
Yeah.
Bitcoin popped up again. No, at the end. Right,
MSTR is kind of settled in. Tesla's trying to bounce a bit here. Wow, NVIDIA's still got, look at that, and just lost S4. So let's see if it, the Qs and the SPY continuing to sell off. Qs are down at yesterday's low right now. Could be an area where it might bounce.
Paris got chopped up on PLTR at the open, but eventually got a very nice short on it. Yeah, PLTR was super nice.
Wow. Qs testing low of yesterday now. NVIDIA just dropping hard. Wow, everything's selling off here.
I know. It's a nightmare, huh? SPY is down 1%. SPY is going down to the few days ago low. IWM is down. Qs are down. That was a good open, but it turned out to be a nightmare, huh? Wow. Qs are back in the election. Coin. Yeah, coin was super nice at the, oh shit, dropped coin too, huh? Wow. Yeah. Coin also dropped really bad. Yeah. Very nice trade on Paris on Paris. I'm surprised you didn't add on targets at 9:45.
Oh yeah, you see how it lost that level? That was after it kind of started to break down there. That was a nice trade. Paris is coming to Colombia too.
Yes, Paris is coming to. Yeah, I don't know if NVDA is going to shake things up, honestly, in the market. I don't think this market really depends on NVDA that much. It's a very strong market. Financials are now strong as well.
The financials are, I think people are expecting there's going to be sort of more M&A activity. So banks should benefit from that. The rich get richer, man.
The rich are getting richer. SMCI is down 7%. Wow, what a volatility. Really yes, SMCI was really nice yesterday. We made so much money on SMCI.
Man. Yeah, coin really tanked. It went from 3 was high at 340 and now it's at 316. MSTR is back at trying to push through high day again.
Paris traded Tesla as well, huh? Tesla, Target, and PLTR. Very nice, Paris. Very, very nice. Target is down 20%. It was the earning. Was it earning on Target, huh?
Yes. This morning.
Yeah.
And it must
Yeah,
have
the
been terrible.
retails, man, retails are hard. Getting retails is
Yeah, but
super.
Walmart had good earnings. I guess Walmart's eating Target's lunch. TJX was another retailer that reported. I didn't see anything about them. TJX. Yeah, TJX is down. So I guess their numbers
TJX.
weren't great either.
What is TJX?
I'd say it's a retailer. They I think they buy up like inventory of high end brands that don't sell, and then they sell it at a discount. It's in the States.
Interesting.
I think Jared shops there. That's why he looks so good. He dresses so well. TJ Maxx. Yeah, it's like winners.
All right. So 1021. I'm not really keen to make any other trade, guys. I had a pretty good day. This is my PNL. You can see in the screen. I had a pretty good day. SMCI was, quick. I got out of it. I am not really keen to do anything else unless, the market sells off a little bit more. Then maybe reversal could be a good thing. Tesla also sold off really nice. So Tesla reversal. Tesla is trading at S4 now. Yeah, these reversals will be interesting. So Paris did very nice trading. So Ripul says, I wish I was looking at Paris course in 2019. Yeah, guys, I mean, Paris also has a very nice course on order flow. And, sometimes these courses can learn one thing from it. And then, you can just, those mistakes that you don't make. And these are come from all experiences of experienced traders. Can save you a lot of money. So Paris has a very nice course on order flow that I think is the best course in the industry, in my opinion. Avi has a course on, developing a system on options day trading, which I think hands down Avi is probably one of the best options day trader. $685 likes on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. Yeah, we're gonna give a laptop away and maybe one of the courses. If Avi is okay with the course, maybe we can cover Avi's course for free.
Yeah, and if you're interested in options, like I've been reminding everyone, there's my book on Amazon, How to Trade Options, A to Z on day trading and swing trading options. Interesting how NVDA is sold off going into this earnings report.
MSTR wants to come back up. I'm not taking it, but MSTR wants to come back up. Nice, guys. All right, so we're gonna give away one Avi's course as well. We give one laptop away, and then we do one of the Avi's course because Avi is gonna come talk about it. All right, so MSTR wants to go back for the break of high of the day. I do not take this trade anymore because I'm done with it, but it looks like it wants to go up. All right, Bitcoin 100,000.
big orders at 485 and 490.
I mean, what was that $80,000 the day trade? Was it on Meta? Avi was sharing an $80,000 day on Meta. Was it on Meta? I was looking at it. So, holy moly! Like I was counting the number of the zeros that he has. He shorted Meta, huh, Scott? Damn. Wow, man. That was a great trade. Shorting Meta. When November 15, this was the day that he shorted Meta. Easy. So much potential in this financial markets. So much potential. However, you need to know what you're doing. So important, guys. Like, don't look at me and Brian. You know, we've been through this market for over 10 years. We had $1 million losses. I had $1 million losses. So it's not super easy.
No.
You need to learn risk management. It's actually pretty easy. Trading is really easy. What I found is we actually do a really good job at teaching people how to trade. What is difficult is risk management, how to keep the money. Like I see funded account that we have, guys, there are people make money easily. Like, you know, I do it right in front of you, you know, these breakouts and everything. What people are having trouble, unfortunately, is keeping the money, you know, not doing those crazy things that, you know, blow up the accounts in one day. So again, risk management, trade management, so when to partial, when to bring your stop loss to break even, when not to again enter the trade. Like, for example, MSTR is now super tempting for me to jump in, but I said, no, I'm not going to jump in there because I know this last trade is going to, you know, give all the profit back. And it happened to me all the time. So I think the most important part of the trading is, you know, just having the, you know, time behind the simulator or a small size in your account or funded account that we have to learn how not to blow up, know how to stop trading. It's like having, you know, going out for a drink, having that, you know, last two drinks that you know you shouldn't have, but you do. And that's the difference between a social drinker and an alcoholic, because a social drinker knows when to stop. The alcoholic doesn't know when to stop. And same as traders. Like the people who blow up their account, they don't know when to stop.
Well, Amazon came back up, so I'm glad I got out of the rest of that. And NVIDIA is popping back up. Look, NVIDIA is going to do a 920.
Yeah,
it's
like
gone
it's,
to the,
I don't know. I want to shortly go. Yeah, it looks like a 920 NVDA.
Same with the Amazon. Same with Tesla. And I've got to drop off now. Got to go meet someone for breakfast at 8 o'clock. So I'll let you give away a laptop, and I'm always interested in hearing what Abby says. But yeah, he's a great speaker too.
Yeah. And so 920 is a strategy that Brian has developed. So the video is on the Education Center. So it's about 5 to 10 minutes video about what 920 is. So essentially, you're shorting it. In this case, NVDA, when it's coming back, you can short it. Where's my NVDA? You can short it on a 2-minute chart at 20 moving average, and then cover at 9, and then potentially low of the day. There are some you know, criteria to that, but watch that video. For those of you who are new to the community, go to the basic strategies. We have 19 strategies. 920 is one of them. You can go there. Avi, are you here, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
I can hear you now. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Good job with MSTR, man. This exotic trading that you do. I love it.
Did you make another $80,000 today?
On the way. Halfway there so far. Yeah, long way to go.
Congratulations. The good thing about Avi is he trades in Dubai, so it's tax-free. Most of it is probably tax-free. So, I mean, any number that you see for me, you have to cut it in, half. That's for government, another half for my ex-wife. So part of it comes to me. But Avi is pretty much keeps everything that he has. So Avi, what do you want to talk about today for us? Developing a system or?
Yeah, I think the tricky point is everyone is seeing this option stuff that I'm doing, and everyone's getting excited about options unnecessarily, because the truth is you got to know about price action first. And I think everyone's kind of missing the point there. It's about knowing your strategy, figure out a strategy that works for you, that you like, that you're consistent with, and then you can apply options on the strategy. That's the key thing. I did the webinar yesterday, and that was the feedback. Everyone just wanted to know how many contracts, what strike price, what expiry date. I'm like, that's not the point here. It's about, picking your levels or your moving average or whatever it is that you are into. You're doing an ORB or you're doing ranges or whatever you like, and then put on the trade. And actually, right now, I just got my eyes on Meta. I'm going to get into this just a moment. Wow, these are expensive contracts. There we go. Okay, I'm long on Meta. Just a moment, guys. Sorry. And I'll put the stop in place and let it go. There we go. That'll run for the day. Well, maybe. So anyways, yeah, that's one of the key points. It's really strategy. And so many people mess that up. So I think what we can do now today is I'll talk a little bit about strategy here. So like on NVIDIA, just my strategy is very simple. It has to get to the level and do something, either a breakout or reversal. Right now, it looks more like a reversal. So it's only when I'm confident of what it's doing off the level, that's when I'll get interested in it and I'll put on the trade. So I might buy calls if I'm confident in this thing going up. Or down here, if I'm confident of the breakout going short, I'll buy put options. And I'm really not looking at the deltas and all of that stuff. I'm just going something that's slightly in the money and go. And my next target, if I went short here, my target was 142. If I'm going long here, my target probably be high of day or 147, and then let's see if we get 150 out of it. But that's it. So I did the AMD trade. I'm in it. I got in about 5 minutes ago, somewhere in this area, I think. And the target's 140. And that's it. I'm not really watching it. I'm just let it run. But the key point again is strategy. Know that first, rather than getting all hyped up on leverage and options. Because if you get too excited about leverage and options and you don't have a consistent way of finding consistent trades in a market, then you're just going to blow it up. So don't do that, because options are heavily leveraged. You can easily buy 10 contracts and blow up your account. I've done that. Don't do that. Okay. Don't get overexcited about it. That's the point. Everyone messes that up. Every single person. So let's see what we have the live market here, so might as well get into some live stuff. All right, there we go. So Meta, take a look at this. That level I had on the chart from I don't know when. Anyways, it's on the daily chart. So it came down there after this bullish hammer, then the new high, which you saw me just take the entry. I'm on the new high, stop losses below the level, going for 560 and 562, and that's it. And on this strategy, it might take an hour to get there. I don't know, but you can't watch it. If you sit here and watch it every minute, it's not going to work. You're going to go crazy. You're going to see your P&L go up 3R and then down 2R or whatever, and you're going to mess it up. You're going to add and take profits and mess it all up. At least this is my strategy. I just go from level to level, and that's all there is. I just do it with options. That's the only real difference. So right now it's probably at 1R or whatever it may be. So that's the strategy there. You can see Tesla. I took the long on Tesla as well a few minutes ago. Entered right about there, stop loss below. And the strategy here is it bounced off the level with this big hammer. I talked about this one in the webinar yesterday. Made a new high, got in, stop loss is below. I'm in this thing, and let's see if it goes for the high of the day, 345. And if it's strong, then it goes up too. There you go, Megan, level to level. We'll talk more about that in Colombia next week. That'll be fun. So, that's the strategy. Again, I'm just going to emphasize strategy. It's so important. Like, everyone's just trying to, get excited, buy NVIDIA options today because there's earnings coming out or whatever. I mean, seriously, I haven't touched NVIDIA today. It's really, really, really important. Very deep. You want to talk about Amazon? Yeah, Amazon's right here. That's the level down there, just about 200. I had it on the daily chart. Where'd I get it from? Right there. Look at this. This thing pushed up, rejected right there. It gapped up on this day, rejected there. And when it broke out, well, look at that. It opened and basically broke out. So that level's been on my chart for a while On this day, it bounced off that. Yesterday, what does it do? After as it broke out, I think I took that trade long. And right now it's doing something right there too. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see that. It's respecting the level. It's not going anywhere yet, but it's there, right? So levels, as in, that's what I'm using, levels. Now you can do it off of moving averages if you like. If you want to scalp the open ORB stuff, I used to do that with options. No big deal. You can do all that. But the truth is, you got to have your strategy in place. You got to know your strategy. You got to know what your risk to reward tends to be, your win rate tends to be, all of that stuff. Have it nailed down, and then go and leverage it up. Does that make sense? Anyone lost yet? Because I feel like everybody gets lost with this. I don't get it. I don't understand why, but it's simple. Missed the gap, IG. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So let's see. Today, I'm trying to see if there's any other live setups we can talk about. I took Microsoft earlier as it broke out of this level, did the retest and got the short there. Took partials and stopped out just after regained the level here about 411. So I got a little trade out of that, not a big one, but good enough. And now the rest are just going to sit and wait and see. It took about 45 minutes to get a trade today, even though everything moved beautifully, short mostly. But it took a while. Let's see if I can show you some other trades that y'all might like to see. This was yesterday, I think. Hold on, let me pull up these screenshots. Whoa. Yeah, Christoph, it's all strategy. As in, you don't want to get excited about options. Everyone asks me questions about options. I'm not really doing anything with options. That's the magic. That really is the magic in it. It's really more on knowing what direction to go with your strategy and then use options to express your perspective, right? Not much else to it. So I'll pull up some stuff from yesterday. Here we go. Straight off of my Twitter account. This was yesterday. What was it? I had that level on NVIDIA, which is not a great screenshot. Don't have it all there, but what was this? 10:05. Yeah, don't even have it. But it broke out of the level. The level was approximately here on this options chart. Took one stop out. That was more of a FOMO thing. But then eventually got back in after it broke the level and held for the target and added a bit more and took more off. Not a great screenshot, but let's get you another one. Here we go. Amazon. See this one? This was the level I had. I think we talked about it just a moment ago. It's about 200 or so. Big 5-minute ABCD pattern, right? And for me specifically, I want to see a breakout, retest, print a bullish candle, then a new high, and that's when I get in the new high right there. Stop loss is below the level. So I survived the pullback, the ABCD, and then off it went. Actually took it off too early. But you can see that's the strategy that I'm using for this. The hard part is waiting. Look, this thing took 20 minutes or 30 minutes to set up to get an entry, and then maybe another hour to get a partial or a profit. So, but again, that's just my strategy. It's just slow, wait for it to go. I believe good things take time. You want to make 10R, well, you got to let it run. It takes time to run that far. So, you gotta go slow with it with this kind of strategy. Let it take its time to get there. Let's see another one. This one on Google yesterday. This was a bit of a scalp. Not precisely my strategy, but you see there's the level breakout, pushing up above the level. I got the entry, went up, lost momentum. That's when I'm getting out. The rest is at break even. No big deal. But this isn't my favorite strategy. This is more momentum trading. I'm looking more for levels. And on this one, you can see what it did on the 5-minute chart. Pushed up, broke out of the level. And here it comes down to do the retest around the 1030 mark. Once it reclaims the level after this hammer new high, that's the real good one. Stop loss right below. And this thing ran yesterday. What did it go? 180, 178, I think. I don't know. It went. That would have been great. Super. So let's see. Got a few more. You guys should have been there at the webinar yesterday. Whoever of you guys were there, it was really fun. We went into all this stuff in a lot more detail. Here's Tesla a few days ago, I think. And you can see the levels here again. Daily chart levels. Put the levels on the chart. And when the price gets to the level, then I'm interested. So over here, look at that breakdown, retest. The entry is a short right there. After it prints a bearish candle of the retest, the new low, stop loss right above, and you go, I actually didn't take this setup, but I took the next one. Breakout, again, retest the area. Levels are areas, right? It starts to look bearish. One bearish candle, new low. That's when I'm shorting it. Stop loss is above, going for the level. And where is it? There it is. Getting in on that short, getting out. And then it hit that level, didn't engulf in, and I'm going long. That's me going long. So I took this thing short and then the reversal, all within, I don't know, an hour or so. And you know, it's really straightforward and simple. The hard part, again, is your temperament. Because what you're gonna deal with here is patience to get a setup, patience to get profits, and then you're putting leverage on top of that, excessive leverage with options. That's gonna mess with you too, right? Psychologically, I mean, can you handle it? You know you're buying 10 times more than you can afford to buy. You better have your stop in the right place. You better have position size carefully, and then let it go for 2 hours. I find that really hard. But that's the trick. That's the hard part. But once you can get the habit of doing that, kind of start functioning at this tempo, this is where the 10-hour trades happen. It takes time to go the distance. If you're scalping, you're typically going to get 2 hours out of these trades. But you know, you're waiting and you're going later on bigger time frames, the daily chart, the 5 minute or the 30 or something bigger. Well, these candles are bigger. They take longer to work out, right? That's the way I do it. Let's see. What do we have for questions here? I'm missing a few. What happened, Andrew? You disappear? Anton, no hotkeys. You're right, Brent. You got am I alone here?
Yeah, you're alone for now.
Alrighty, no problem. This will be fun.
I'll ask you a question. Yesterday, was your webinar safe for work?
It was good. It worked. It was fine, and it was PG, even though it said all kinds of stuff about naked trading. Don't worry, it was good. It worked out, and it's uploaded as well in the BBT Education Center. I'm doing another one tomorrow, guys, on trading terminal. I don't even know what time that is. I think it'll be 11 a.m. But yeah, another webinar tomorrow. And we'll get into a few more details tomorrow as well on the strategy and then applying the strategy as in expressing your view with options. That's the trick.
I got some questions on YouTube.
Yeah, you want to go through them?
Yeah,
I'm not
I
watching.
can help you with that.
Cool.
So one of them from new user is, do you hold overnight?
No, this is day trading. Overnight has a whole different calculation. You're looking at a different kind of risk, and you're looking at fundamentals and all of that. This is specifically for day trading.
Okay, this one's from Raymond. Do you use the same strategy with the SPY and QQQ?
I don't trade the SPY and QQQ, just these top 8 tech stocks. That's it. So no, I don't have a strategy for that.
So why these 8?
Why these 8? Well, because they have active options. They're decently liquid. And so that's why I picked them to begin with, because of the options thing. And as it turns out, even if you're not doing options, if at this point, if I was just wanted to trade equities, I wouldn't change my watch list because I'm finding setups every day anyways. And I'm just keeping my same 8 tech stocks on the charts. I don't have much of a pre-market routine. It takes me 30 seconds well, 15 seconds to turn on the computer, 15 more seconds to maybe change a few levels if I need to. I mean, these are daily levels, they sit there for a while, and that's it. And there's setups every day. You really don't need to go chasing stuff for this style of trading. If you're looking for opening volatility, then you got to go find catalysts and what's been gapping and all of that sort of thing. That's a different mindset. That's a different world, different way of doing things. I see some here in the chat room, Brent. Should I get these or?
Oh, thanks, Brent, for asking the questions. So, Avi, which webinar you had yesterday? Why didn't I know that about that?
I do it very secretly, Andrew. You don't want to know about these ones. It was a BBT webinar, the art of trading naked. And as you can see, my charts here, there's no moving averages or any indicators. It's just candlesticks and levels. And really, I'm going to take these volume bars off too, because it's about trading naked. Trading naked is no indicators, just candlesticks and levels. So I'm really looking at getting really good candlestick patterns, and that's really where I put on the risk. So yeah, that was yesterday's webinar. It was all about this strategy, the strategy part, and then of course expressing your view with options.
Awesome. So that's great. So Avi has a course, The Art of Printing Money with Options. His course is actually heavily discounted right now because of the Black Friday that is coming soon. I'm going to actually put the link on it for anyone who is interested to learn from him. Where is the link? Can someone post the link over there? Yeah. So if anyone really is interested in that, but however, we are going to give a laptop giveaway. And Abby, is that okay if we give away one of your courses to somebody?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just make sure you give it away
So
to somebody I can happily work with. Not somebody's gonna freak me out. That's all. So no problem. Give it away.
But you don't have a choice on that. You gotta work with whoever that actually wins on that. So it might be someone that creeps you out, or I don't know. Let me let's just any other question. But his course is coming with some of the support and mentorship and stuff. So everybody who's working with Avi can take his course. Same as Paris, they're coming with through some of the mentorship and stuff as well. So I highly recommend that. If anyone took Avi's course here in the chat room, what are your experience with that? Or honest experience, if anyone has done that. Omar, how's that been? Avi, what did you trade today? Today you traded Meta?
Yeah, I took Microsoft. You know what? Here, I'll share my screen with you. I'm in a few positions right now. I took Microsoft, that one closed. Now I'm long Meta, Tesla, and AMD, and I'm just gonna let them run. So that's it for now. And these are probably gonna take a few hours to work out. So
you didn't trade
just
the
taking
MSTR
reverse
today, huh? MSTR is super crazy for options, I think, huh? It's super must be crazy.
No, I took Microsoft, not MSTR. I'm not that crazy. No. You did MSTR, right?
Yeah, I did MSTR. It went up to almost 500. So now, but unfortunately, we didn't. Yeah, I got to stop down on that. All right, so let's do the first one. Let's do the first draw. We're gonna do the draw for the first one would be for Avi's course because we have Avi here.
Andrew,
If Avi's okay with that.
can you?
How many likes do we have?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Andrew. Can you reshare your screen in the chat room?
Oh yeah, because you are getting my screen up. Thank you, Brent. So this is it. Let me put the course here. Are you guys ready? Let's, for the first one is for the Avi's course. Avi, you gotta work with that person no matter what.
Oh, all right. All right. I have to. Ooh, time to take partials on in Tesla. Look at that. Maybe
And we're gonna do that Tesla.
Nice. And cool.
Brittany Browning. Do we have a Brittany Browning? Or is she's here or she's left? Do we have any Brittany in the chat room? Or in the... No. Do we have any? All right. So congratulations to Brittany. If you are here, if you're watching this, do that. Let me do the second one. Perfect. Actually, I never run this program twice. I don't know if that is working or not. Oh, I have to close it, I think. It's funny this. MSTR back to 500. Jesus. I mean, how much do you have? Seriously. That's a question.
How much do I have of what?
For life. Like, how much do you own? Like, if you squeeze you, how much money we can get today?
I have one motorcycle and a Jeep. How about that?
Come on, be honest.
Let's leave it at that.
Like, if you squeeze, can we get $50 million out of you or not?
15 million. Yeah, that's the goal before I turn 40, for sure. $15 million.
15 million. How old are you now? How old are you now?
I'll be 40 in about 8 months. Close to 40, right. 39 and a half. So by June.
All right. So Brittany, you email me, andrew@verbal-traders.com. So we're gonna give you the Avi's course, access to Avi's course. Let's see who's gonna get the laptop now. Do you have it, Brent?
Yep.
All right. Sergey Slutsky. That is the laptop percent or a funded account, whichever you like. Congratulations, guys. 841 likes, 668 people. Thank you so much for that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's it. What's next? Avi, are you finished or you're taking questions or how's that going? Megan, you're going to PCT?
I can take questions. I can be here, take questions, whatever you need. If you want me to do it on YouTube or in the chat room, whatever works. I'm
Let
still
me
here.
get some questions. Any questions from the YouTube guys?
Tesla's gonna go 345 today on Tesla.
So if anyone wants to have a chat with Avi, you can email avi@bearbulltraders.com, AVI. So that's like his first name. So price action, what do you mean by price action? What's the price action, Avi? What do you see define price action as?
See, price action is watching the transactions. You can see here on this chart on NVIDIA, the price opened here and the transactions were just getting lower and lower and lower. The sellers are in charge, basically. And over here, it started going up. That's the buyers being in charge. So that's price action in its simplest form. You got to try and figure out who's in charge, or if it's just stuck, like in this area, it didn't really go too far. So it's a balance between buyers and sellers, or bears and bulls. That's the basics of price action. And you really got to learn how to read price action, how to watch the patterns of price action, which candlesticks are a really easy way to read, price action patterns. And accordingly, then you can put risk on in the market if you like the pattern and if it deserves your risk. So that's the basics of price action at the simplest level.
Does time of the day reflects your trading? That's a good question. So are you a mostly open trader?
It does impact the trading. So I avoid the open mostly these days. Like today, I didn't take a trade for the first 30 minutes. That's just because I didn't get a setup. But I typically avoid the first 5 or 10 minutes just because the candles are very large. And if you look at my charts, I'm trading just candlesticks. And so I have to put my stops on the other side of a candlestick. And if it's a big candlestick, well, then I have to put a wide stop and it's very hard to get good risk to reward, right? So just for that perspective, just for that purpose, I tend to avoid the first few big candles of the day. And I'm really just looking at a 5-minute chart. And then I can trade all day, it doesn't matter. But I also avoid putting on trades in the last hour of the day because these trades take a while to work. I mean, these are, it takes 5 or 6 5-minute candlesticks. And, the move may not have enough time to work out close to the close of the day. So for that reason, I just basically don't trade the open and the close. Trade the rest of the day, no problem at all. And I don't really trade the rest of the day. I put it on and I leave it alone for the rest of the day. That's more about how I do it.
Perfect. Any other question, guys, before we let Avi go?
Yeah.
So some of the questions that I see are super technical. So it might not really be easy to answer them in a YouTube live. So what you can do is either reach out to Avi directly, avi@bearbulltraders.com. I think there's also a link here that I put in the chat room and also in YouTube that you can follow him in social media, and he has some free material on trading terminal course as well. So, it's not about just paying him; it's just about having access to him. So I put those ones here in the chat, guys, and the YouTube. And I think we can just wrap it up. 5 minutes. I had a pretty good day. Avi, how was your day? You had a profitable day, yes?
Yeah, profitable so far in the 5 figures. Still got a couple open positions. So, all right. Still working.
5 figures. Okay. Thank you, guys. Congratulations to you. Thanks for everybody, guys. I'll see you in the chat room. Thanks, Brent. So I'm moving directly to the chat room.
Cool. Take care, guys.